What's up, my construction entrepreneurs? Tyrone Jones here with the Construction Entrepreneur School and Services. Hey, on this one, I'm talking about what does it take to start and run a construction company. Now, this is not going to be some long video. I'm just going to cover some of the short topics, some of the most important topics that we need to understand, we need to acknowledge, and hurdles that we need to get over. Okay, so let's talk about this. Who starts construction companies? Or what do you do? Or what are some things that you go through to start a construction company? Usually you're in the trade, or usually you're in um, the line of work, right? Because not every construction company has to be doing actual physical work, right? We got different sectors of this business that you can get into, but talking about a construction company standpoint is usually tradesmen. So usually you're in the trade, you become to a certain level of experience, and you decide, hey, I can run my own company. Hey, I can start my own company. Hey, I don't have to work for this person. I can actually work for myself. Okay, so you become a tradesman. Now, becoming a tradesman means that you're actually out there working hands on. Okay, and you're learning the trade, you're doing it. That's majority of us how we start. Okay, there's a very small percentage of us that start in the management role and then decide to do a company. Okay, and that can be a different sector of this. Okay, but becoming a tradesman, you gain all this knowledge just like I did from the field, right? And usually it's dealing with one particular trade, and sometimes it's dealing with multiple trades. But you never get the other side of it, right? You only get you know, the hands-on part, and sometimes you deal with a little bit of paperwork, depending on if you're able to move up as a foreman, supervisor, manager type role. But a lot of companies streamline a lot of tasks that they need done to where you're on form setting, so you're on form setting. You're on operating, you're on operating. You're on pipeline, you're on pipeline, and rarely do you get the opportunity to um, participate in the different functions of the trade that you're doing. And if you do, that's great, right? Because you can see different sides of it. You can see different points of it. You can deal with different scenarios, and that's good. But we never acknowledge the admin side of this that we need to learn. Okay, and we hardly ever put ourselves in a position to learn that side of the business, and it is a must. Okay, it is very crucial to understand the admin side of it. Now, what do I mean by the admin side of it? The admin side is the part we don't want to know, the part that we don't want to learn. That's dealing with understanding how to estimate a job. Okay, and I that's why the estimating training that I give, where I say, hey, I turn tradesmen into estimator. As long as you understand your trade, I can teach you how to estimate. It's very simple, but you have to understand your trade. So I take tradesmen into estimator because you guys understand the order of construction for that trade. Okay, so what else is there? Learn insurance. Okay, a lot of us out here, even a lot of owners out here that are running businesses, does not understand how to read their workers' comp policy. Okay, how to calculate the rates that they're getting and what they're being charged per $100. Okay, they tend to look over this. They tend to not wanting to acknowledge that this is a intricate part of the business that we need to absorb, that we need to learn. Okay, we don't want to read about things to learn about different programs that we want to add to our business, like accounting. Okay, adding in QuickBooks or adding in Zero, whatever accounting system that you want to add into your business, and those things we just tend to not learn, or we don't even want to spend the money to learn. So it's not just about, and a lot of us think that this is just about, hey, we know this trade, we can go out here and do this, and we can make it happen, and that's great. But there's so much more to this business that you need to capture, that you need to absorb, that you need to understand, because if you don't, you're going to face a harder trials and tribulations than if you do. Okay. And the important part about it is just putting yourself in a space to learn these things, putting yourself in a space to learn about estimating. Okay. What is estimating? And estimating is not just, hey, looking at the job and saying, hey, you know what, it's going to cost me three guys to do for 3 days, and the materials around $600. So that's what I'm gonna charge them. Oh, and then I want to make some money too, so I'm gonna charge them 200 for me too. So that's what it is, and that's not what it is. And because we're not seeking that information, or it becomes such a troublesome, a tedious task, that we don't want to explore the training of what we need to know to make our business successful. You got to understand this. It took me so long, so many knots on my head, so many lost jobs, so many failures, so many, because I wanted to reinvent the wheel, because I wanted to learn the hard way, and I didn't want to spend this money to receive this training. Okay, this is what it's about. It's about having a desire to start a construction company and figuring out a way to gain the knowledge that you need to know. I'm not saying become an expert in the admin part of the business. What I'm saying is that you must know about it. Okay, understand what are the important parts of this admin side of it: the insurance, workers' comp, getting commercial auto insurance. Some of us haven't even reached out to find out, what is behind commercial auto insurance. Why can't I use my personal auto insurance? What is involved in workers' comp? What is involved in accounting? How do I track job tracking, right? Why do I need to do job tracking? How does that benefit me? Why do I need an estimating system? Okay, why? One of the reasons why you need an estimating system is because that way you can easily make changes or adjustments or revisions to an existing estimate, or you can actually go back and use that as data. Data is the most important thing in any business, in any industry. The more data you have, the a better educated decision you can make. Okay, as we know, and I always talked about this, doing business is all about predicting, because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. We only can predict, we only can assume, we only can have an educated guess. And the more data you have, which you have to have a system to input the correct information to have the correct amount of data. Okay, the more data you have, the more educated um, decisions you can make within your business to grow your construction business. And that's the important part. It's not just learning the field side of this, but it's also learning the other side of this. And if you're not in a position to where you can actually work and absorb this information in a work setting where you already are, then you have to find ways that are that you can afford, to where you can actually train, or adopt some training to absorb that information, so you can actually know that information. Estimating a job is not just one, two, three, and then we're done, and I looked at it and I'll get this work. No, it's a little bit more than that. Writing a proposal, okay, writing a proposal that shows that you know what you're talking about, that you're outlining everything to show that you understand what you're bidding on and the work that you have to do. It takes training. Okay, to understand how to invoice, right? How do you invoice, to write up a proper invoice, to capture the right amount of work that you should be charging for during that period is very important. Okay, to account for management on your estimates is very important. So it's so many integral parts to this that a lot of times I feel that We don't want to explore it. We want to overlook it. Okay? And then we want to do this trial and error to where we hit ourselves on the head over and over again. Imagine how much money we could save by seeking out the right training to grow our business. Imagine that. Imagine the things that you knew, that you know now, that you did not know before, but someone could have trained you and told you and gave you the knowledge that you need, that you have now before, so you didn't have to go through those trials and tribulations. Some of these things that we go through as entrepreneurs, as construction entrepreneurs, cost us dearly. Cost us relationships, cost us real property. It has cost us stress. It has cost us. Look at this here. This is not just from just this is going through. This is why I'm able to have this channel and share with you everything that I have been through, the good, the bad, and extremely ugly, because I went through it. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to go through what I went through. You don't have to experience the pain that I experienced to get your business to the level that it needs to be at. Okay? Everyone suffers around us, that's close to us, by the decisions we make within our business, because we are personally invested in our business, which turns and actually affects us within our personal lives. This is all encompassed for us as owners. All encompassed for us. Okay? So basically what I'm saying is this. If you are a tradesman and you do not understand the other side of this business, okay, reach out. I actually have a mentorship program that's $950, where you can be with me for 30 days and have access to me for 30 days. Now, this is not something to where I have 10 people on per month. It's usually just one or two people on with me for a month, because I don't have a lot of time. Okay, so this is not just some thing where it's just open to everyone all the time. You may call and you may get put on a waiting list, but at the same time, I will provide you with all the information that you need to know to get your business to the next level. We'll go over accounting. We can go over how to write invoices. I'll share with you my forms. I'll share with you how I went after commercial jobs. I'll share with you the best how to understand your workers' comp rate, how to figure out your labor burden rate. These are all rates that you need to understand to even begin to estimate on the job. Okay, and it's $950. So you can actually sign up, have me for 30 days, one-on-one, and we'll be working on jobs. We'll be working on estimating. We'll be working on getting your license. We'll be working on understanding insurance. We'll be working on all these things that you need to put together to have this successful construction company. Let's stop losing and let's start winning together. My construction entrepreneurs, I'm going to let you go with that. Hustle hard, then hustle harder. Catch you on the next one.